So apparently there's a epidemic of racist rap. I don't know what's happening. I really couldn't tell you, but it says MAGA rap is a disaster. What is happening?
MAGA is so interesting to me because they are the biggest crybabies ever. They're in control at every level of government, from Congress to the Senate, the federal courts to the White House. But they are constantly acting like victims under attack from some mysterious multicultural enemy that they made up in their heads.
The demographic for hip hop is like 19 to 35-year-old white American youth. Seems like there is a conscious effort to sort of destroy and dismantle and dilute that generation.
And that sentiment is no clearer than with these MAGA rappers who are creating the soundtrack of the MAGA movement.
One people, one nation, and
Whoa! How many people was that?
They make music for people in MAGA hats that would tell you they don't listen to rap. From fake white Rick Ross to country rap singers actually putting out songs about lynching people in 2025, to fake white game to corny cringe black Eminem.
What the fuck? I needed somewhere to keep mistakes. I thought it was just sharp as attack and have Kamala follow the aftermath.
And besides the fact that they're all cringe knockoffs of rappers we actually know from the hip-hop community, I think more than anything, they embody the victim, bully, MAGA, crybaby movement as a whole.
They want rainbows in the classrooms and 15 different bathrooms and white guys that hate black dudes. Where the patriots at, red MAGA on the head.
Diamond grills, big chains, big range, rapper clothes. They want to look like us, sound like us, move like us, dress like us, but they don't like us. It is the weirdest dichotomy ever.
Yes, I did, and we ain't turning back. Hang along high and sun.
Yeah, this song is crazy. To have a
imagine Trump wins the 2028 election, bro. I don't even want to. Actually, let's kill that thought right there.
whole song in big 2025 about lynching people is insane. To actually be able to put that music out on streaming platforms and have a whole music video for it.
Joe Biden was just sharp as attack and have Kamala follow the.
That's the dude, Dax. That's the dude that Tory Lanez pressed and made him apologize on camera.
What's going on? Apologize, my nigga. Apologize, nigga. I got you, bro. Apologize, nigga. Say sorry, nigga. Say sorry, nigga.
We'll get her life taken right in on the train.
Bro, he is literally a fake white Rick Ross. He reminds me of the white dude from the Drewski skit that grew up in the hood. Except that dude actually liked black people. This dude, this dude definitely don't wear the Trump chain. I still think that's the weirdest thing. These people are so terrified of losing power and losing control of their country that they're out here marching, talking about white man fight back.
Like, if you look at the statistics, if you look at what has happened in history, more people of color in positions of power can only mean good things, bro. Trust me. DEI, things of that nature are only positive for work environments and stuff like that.
Which is ridiculous. Approximately 74 to 88% of CEOs are white. What power are you fighting exactly if you are the power?
And they started positioning themselves as a victim with the start of the first black president, Barack Hussein Obama.
Things got so much more racist after Obama became president because white people, white conservatives felt threatened at that time that they were losing their power and losing their voice, and diversity was taking over. And for them to think people are out to get them when people of color only want equality and fairness, especially when it comes to banking, fair pay, hiring practices, loan practices. We're just fighting for equality, not to erase white people.
In a day,
exactly. It's not that we want to have power over you. We just, you know what I'm saying, we want to be on the same playing field, bro.
There are rules about things you...
And if you're scared of that, I think that just shows your competency.
You would talk about publicly. You wouldn't talk about religion, and you wouldn't talk about politics. But it just so happened the people who gave these rules to most of America started to be very vocal about their political opinions and their political ideologies once they saw a black man become president.
I was just informed that our president has finally released a birth certificate.
I'm here to talk about the rise of MAGA rap because it makes so much sense to me. As we've seen in the last few years, there has been a lot of angry white people in America.
white man, white man, white man.
This was in response to Charlie Kirk
White man fight back?
being killed by a white person from a conservative family at a white college at a mostly white state. Who are you fighting back against?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who exactly is the enemy here? Bruh, this is why, bro. These people just need to stop feeling so threatened by this made up force of black people, of people of color, you know, Mexicans and stuff like that. Bro, we just trying to live our life, bro. We don't care about you. We just trying to live our life.
One people, one nation.
Wait, what did Bud Light do?
We're honoring the founding fathers who were white. We're honoring all of the great white men.
Bro, those founding fathers were evil, bro.
Who are being smeared.
And to be fair, right-wingers have been upset since before Obama became president, but it seems as though when he became president, they turned it up a notch, and that's what led us to Trump.
The right is angry.
It really looks like it comes from a place of insecurity, because insecurity is the only reason you should be scared of someone else gaining equal ground as you. You get what I'm saying? If they're on an equal playing field, you can still do the same exact things as before. You get what I'm saying? They just are able to do it as well. So yeah, if they're better than you, now it will show.
They've been angry since anyone can remember. They were angry when the Union won the Civil War and they had to give up their slave. They were angry when Reconstruction gave their former slaves the right to vote. They were angry when black soldiers came home from World War I and World War II and insisted on being treated with dignity.
And still didn't get that dignity. They were still treated like second-class citizens. A lot of them didn't get their VA loans and weren't able to buy houses, or if they did, they had to buy houses in red line districts that said where black people could and couldn't live. There was no fairness or equality for those black soldiers.
Having fought for their country. They were angry about jazz music becoming more popular, and then about rock and roll. They were angry when black children tried to integrate schools. The whole history of the American right, whether they called themselves Democrats, Dixiecrats, or Republicans, is a history of rage. And even having, quote, taken back their country, unquote, by putting Donald Trump back in the White House and unleashing Project 2025 on all of us, deleting affirmative action, DEI, Black history, Black scholarships, Black-held jobs in the federal government.
The majority of people that lost jobs in the federal government was mostly black women.
Having driven women out of the military leadership and ended everything from farm subsidies to foreign aid while getting away with an actual insurrection scot-free. They're somehow still angry.
They got away with an insurrection and voted in their president again.
A lot of conservatives believe...
Bruh, the way humans are set up and the way our greed is set up, most importantly, it's never enough. It's never enough. People always want more. They don't have enough. They need more at all times. It's never enough for us humans.
That they're losing their country, and so it makes sense in a country who has stolen everything from black people that they now are using the genre of rap to push right-wing conservatism.
And naturally, now that I'm really thinking about it, that mentality of not having enough, of course, you're going to project that onto others. So when you see other people fighting for equality, you'll think, well, they're not going to have enough for equality. They're going to want what we have. You get what I'm saying? When that really isn't the case, that really isn't the point of the movement. We just want equality. We don't want to rule over white people or anything of the sort.
Conservative narratives.
Who won Trump won? Who won Trump won? Patriots pulling up, knocking on the Capitol.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
If you ain't liberal, then they treat you like you human garbage. If you speak up, then you a target.
I've watched these race dynamics play out. I was here when they removed the Confederate flag from the State House, and day by day after they removed that Confederate flag from the State House, that flag went from a Confederate flag to now the MAGA 2020 or the MAGA 2025 Trump flag.
These people, especially in the South, will never admit what that Confederate flag symbolizes to black people specifically. They'll say it's about their heritage, but their heritage is pro-slavery and pro-segregation, and their ancestors did not want black people free or to have rights, and that's why that flag looks like a Nazi sign to most black people.
This video here by Vic Mensa could kind of explain it way better than I can.
MAGA rappers making country songs about lynching. Like, fam, can't you even get your own genre of music to talk about killing us? They
don't have their own genre.
want to be us so fucking bad. But, I mean, if they ain't nothing else, they pathetic. The guilt is deafening because from a deep intrinsic place of knowing, they understand that they owe their entire existence to those that they've enslaved and oppressed. Very few.
Yes, exactly, bro. It's, bro, this shit damn near, bro. It would have been sad if they weren't such assholes, bro. So basically, I even asked ChatGPT, bro. I asked, like, what genres did white people invent when it comes to music? It says classical, it says folk music, it does say country and heavy metal / hard rock here, but then I asked if those didn't originate from the black community, and it does say short answer, yes, both country and hard rock have deep roots in black musical traditions, even though they became associated with white artists and audiences later on. So I don't know, make some racist EDM, I guess, you know.
Few things in their culture are not the creation of black people. The imitation in the MAGA trap rappers, it got me thinking about the ideological basis in the BBL and the lip fillers is the imitation of African features. And the history is crazy. Sarah Bartman, who was a Khoi woman in modern day South Africa, was used as a grotesque museum display because of her large butt. And shortly after that, Marie Antoinette big bust corset came into European fashion. That was the original BBL.
I did not know that. You learn something new every day.
Like they've been trying to become us. Because a huge part of the DNA of hatred is obsession, and a primary part of the DNA of racism is jealousy, fixation.
That's why you see a lot of black people in day-to-day life do not talk about white people. There are very few black people who talk about white people, but for some reason there are a lot of racist whites constantly speaking and talking about black people and black issues. And if you don't believe me, well, I mean, we've seen the MAGA movement, and in this video alone, how many people we've seen marching and doing this and doing that. Obviously, there are a lot out there. Not saying that's all white people, of course. I feel like most aren't like that, but you do have a lot out there, you know, millions.
With genitalia, with athletic ability, artistic ability, science and architecture of Egypt and the Aztecs. So as the hatred and the racism reaches a fever pitch, peep how the imitation do the same.
So this video shows you how a lot of American black culture has been stolen, has been taken from.
And like, not to be the too woke friend, but like literally everything that is popular and trending right now has just been stolen by a black person and repackaged by the whites.
Their beloved.
I mean, I would love for her to name an example, you know.
The country music, as Beyonce has showed you, the cuisine, the barbecue, the fried chicken, the Jack Daniels.
So when I started going to school in South Carolina, I started to see white suburban America. And a lot of the times, the wealthiest of kids that I went to school with.
But that's the thing also. If we look at America, how old is the United States of America? Let's look it up. As we see here, the United States is only 248 years old. Not a lot of culture has been able to develop there. You know, there's no real ancestry in a way with the whites of America.
They had problems. They were doing drugs. They were trying to pretend they were something they really wasn't. And I started to really understand.
Yeah, anytime I think about people like that, I think about Malibu's Most Wanted with Jamie Kennedy. B-Rad.
Psychosis of people who have it all. They kind of were looking, especially the young people, they were kind of looking for issues.
People like that in the suburbs, outside of the cities, are why Eminem was so huge in his time. I mean, Eminem was definitely a dope rapper, but they had a white person speaking to white America, speaking to their suburban problems and mentalities.
Where a lot of the Eminem thing came from. When you really look at where Eminem came from. It came from this idea that white America, the real white America, was the ones on drugs, the ones having pew-pews in the schools and things like that. You listen to a lot of his music, and it didn't really make sense to me until I moved down south and I started to see, oh wow.
Middle America now it's a tragedy. Now it's so sad to see an upper class city.
There's real white poverty here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where
the white poverty in America is insane, and there's not a lot of things done about it. Any of the poverty in America, there's not a lot of things being done about it. I don't know why that is, bro. The wealth disparity in America is insane.
A lot of these Trump supporters come from are places that are forgotten about.
Yeah, a place like that I can think of that I actually ended up driving through for work during Trump's first campaign was West Virginia. I'm talking about every single yard I passed had a Trump sign in it. And I knew then Hillary was in trouble, because when I say every single yard I passed had a Trump sign.
Farmers, they're making less money because...
And guess what? They did not get more wealthy because of Trump. Truly.
The big farm has came in, and the corporations have came in and found ways to, you know, manipulate them. And blame Reagan.
Not only that, but farmers now basically voted for their own demise because the policies of this administration are bankrupting them. Whether it's the immigration policy where they won't have enough workers to work their farms, or the tariff policy where they don't have countries
tariffs are cooking the fucking farmers over in America, bro. It's insane.
Their products anymore, which means they can't sell them and they're going broke.
Them go to like Minnesota, them go to like some hick town in the middle of nowhere, and you really wouldn't understand it until you actually came to a state like South Carolina, which used to be very rich with textiles, used to be very rich with farmland, was the wealthiest state back in slavery, and you start to understand the racial dynamics of real America more so than these major cities. If you ask me, all of America is very red. It's just that these major cities like in Ohio, like New York City, make these states that probably would be red.
It's always like that. Most states, especially in the suburbs, are red like that. But the big populous cities that have the big populations of people usually are liberal leaning.
And that are thought to be very liberal are very racist. So if it wasn't for New York City, if it wasn't for Cleveland or Cincinnati, a lot of these big cities, blue states would actually be voting red. And so these guys like Tom McDonald and Forgiato Blow, they're doing what they tell rappers not to do. They always tell rappers, don't speak on politics. It's said to not be beneficial to you.
No, they're galvanizing their audience. They see how people are feeling. They see this MAGA movement, and they know they can benefit from it by regurgitating their talking points on a beat.
You know, you'll lose a lot of endorsements. You'll lose a lot of this. You'll lose a lot of that. But it seems as though it's working for the Tom McDonald guy. It's working for the Forgiato Blue, who is going to these rallies.
MAGA supporters out here, people who love God out here.
Going to these Trump rallies and making songs for Charlie Kirk and...
I am Charlie Kirk, I am Charlie Kirk, Charlie.
Making these anthems about lynching people.
But if you do, bitch, we'll hang you in a fucking...
That's still crazy to me. That is so fucking disgustingly crazy. A lynching song.
America is starting to look at itself, right? Because racism, they always say we never punish the Confederates.
What Kanye said, racism's still alive. They just be concealing it.
It's like they got monuments. Exactly. Like I drive on Robert Lee Road, right? There's roads where I'm at where they're named by Confederates. These people are speaking for people who feel as though they are now the victim.
I don't think in our lifetime racism will ever truly be gone, bro. But it seems they've reached a new height. Raps, bro, that's crazy. Using black culture to criticize black culture, bro. That's crazy too. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, it's cool. Y'all can rap. Why do y'all want to rap about this? Why do y'all want to rap with hatred towards the black community? What's up with y'all, bro? Y'all already won the election. You know what I'm saying? Trump right there. Hey, man, it's crazy out here, bro. It's crazy out here. And, man, I hope that, you know what I'm saying, none of y'all listening to that bullshit. Y'all probably aren't. So that's a good thing. Bro, shout out to all of y'all, bro. Let's hope this shit, you know what I'm saying, turn around, bro. Let's get a better president in office in 2028, right? Yeah.